Squid Game Season 2. Players who survived and will appear in Season 3. Squid Game Season 2 has lived up to the legacy set by its predecessor, and now that we know Squid Game will be returning for a new season, certain characters are expected to make a return. However, with all the deaths we saw in Squid Game Season 2, it's hard to track who lived and died. So, to make sure you guys know whose return you can expect in Season 3, in this article find out about all the players who survived in Squid Game Season 2. 1. Gi-Hun, Player 456. Gi-Hun, after surviving the first season of Squid Game, reappears in Season 2. With the enormous amount of money he made, he has made it his life's mission to stop the game and take down the people behind it. When he and the thugs he employed managed to track down the recruiter for a brief amount of time, Gi-Hun thought that he was closer to finding and taking down the game, but in a twist of events, he had to get back into the game. While he managed to launch an armed rebellion, his forces were overwhelmed, and even though his friend Myung-gi faced a sad death in Squid Game Season 2, Gi-Hun has managed to survive and will reappear in Season 3. 2. Hyun-ju, Player 120. Starting off as a side character, Hyun-ju gradually became one of the most loved characters in Squid Game Season 2. Hyun-ju is a trans person who is an ex-Special Forces operative. They have been helpful and kind to other players and also gave a crash course on using an MP5 submachine gun to players during the rebellion against the game organizers. They joined the Squid Game to raise enough money to complete their transition surgery, and even though they were caught in a pretty stressful situation by the end of Squid Game Season 2, Hyun-ju has survived and will appear in Squid Game Season 3. 3. Geum-ja, Player 149. Geum-ja did not join the game of her own free will but followed her son to the pickup spot and was taken as well. Even though old, she managed to survive all the games with the help of her son and other players who were willing to help her. When the fight broke out in the dorm, she hid herself and her son and managed to survive. She is alive even after the shooting and will reappear in Squid Game Season 3. 4. Yong-sik, Player 007. Yong-sik is the son of Geum-ja and has a massive gambling debt. He joined a game so that he could raise enough money to pay off his debts and start a new life along with his mother. However, he was not aware that his mother was following him and she got dragged into the games as well. He feels guilty about dragging his mom into this dangerous game. He hid during the fight that broke out in the dorm, and even though he wanted to join Gi-Hun and the others when they took up arms, his mom stopped him, and so he survived in Squid Game Season 2. 5. Jun-hee, Player 222. Jun-hee is a young woman who was orphaned at a young age, and as an adult, she dated one of the players named Myung-gi. He was a content creator and went by the name of Mang-gii Coin, who gave people advice on crypto. However, when he gave Jun-hee the advice to invest in a coin named Dalmatian, it turned out to be a scam, and she lost a huge amount of money. On top of that, she is pregnant with Myung-gi's child and needs money desperately because of it. So, to make enough money to take care of her child, she joined the games and managed to survive till the final episode of Squid Game Season 2. 6. Dae-ho, Player 388. Dae-ho is an ex-Marine who, even though acts tough and is rather lighthearted, has never seen actual combat. In truth, he has never seen actual combat, and when players under the leadership of Gi-Hun took up arms against the game, he could not gather the strength to fight back. He was sent to the dorm so that he could collect ammunition from the dead Squid Game crew, but because he was so scared, he stayed back and did not return. Hence, he is one of the players who did not die in Squid Game Season 2. 7. Seon-nyeo, Player 044. Seon-nyeo claims to be a renowned shaman who has lost a large amount of money and has joined the Squid Game to pay off her debts. She is arrogant and egoistic, but as it turns out, most of the spiritual awakening she talks about is a sham. This was evident by her anxiety attacks, which made her lash out at other players in her team. She also stayed behind in the dorm and managed to survive Squid Game Season 2. 8. Myung-gi, Player 333. Myung-gi used to run a YouTube channel named Mang-gii Coin and gave people advice on cryptocurrency. However, he gave people advice to buy crypto named Dalmatian, but unfortunately, the coin turned out to be a scam, because of which a lot of people lost a lot of money, also leaving Myung-gi bankrupt. When he found Jun-hee in the game as well, he started trying to fix things with her even though he had no success at it. So far, he has survived Squid Game Season 2 and will reappear in Season 3.